Hello everyone! How's it going? Thought I'd do something a little bit different today. So I'm making a new game, and I decided I'm going to stream some of the artwork, some of the process to that, what I've been working on, etc. So at the moment, basically the game's a shooter, right? Just like a space shooter, but I wanted to make it kind of like a sexy space shooter for for reasons, because why not? So I'm designing the pilot that you're gonna see, like in the corner of the screen, basically the profile or portrait. And I've been doing some different sketches on what she might look like. I have no idea what she's gonna look like yet, but these are some of the kind of designs. But then, like, I'm thinking I might go with something a bit more simple, because these are a bit complicated. I don't know, like, so I tried like simplifying it a bit with this one, but I still just wasn't quite happy with it. This one, I don't know, just wasn't really going anywhere. This one I kind of went a bit further with, like kind of a more of a like a bike kind of, I guess, position, but just, I don't know, didn't like it. So I kind of settled on this one, which is more of a, I don't know if you've ever heard of the game Tronbon. It's more of a, like a, I don't know, a super cartoony kind of style, more like, I don't know, Mighty Switch Force, that kind of approach. So I sketched out this, and I think she looks pretty cool. So I was gonna refine this today and actually put some colors on it, and see how far I get with it, basically. So I'm going to be working on this today, and yeah, just chilling out and doing some sketching. So yeah, right, let's get into it. I've got my Wacom drawing pad. I don't know if you can see that. That's what I use to do all this stuff. And the programs we're going to be working with today are Photoshop and Game Maker Studio 2, and Pixel Edit, which is eventually this piece of artwork is going to be, you know, just pixel art, basically, because it's a pixel art game. I can show you the game. Well, I can show you the programmer art placeholder game. Christian, hey, how's it going, man? So this is my placeholder kind of game here. It's very basic, okay? So let's just run this, and I'll kind of take you through what's going on. So you control movement with your left hand. The game automatically shoots, and you use the mouse to pick up extra items. Now you can't, like, it's designed for Android. So basically you'd steer it with your left hand, and you'd tap the screen to pick up, like, pickups and stuff like that. It shoots slow at the beginning, but if I can kill 10 enemies in a row, you get like a rapid fire, and the range on the weapon increases. There we go, see, now I can kill things a lot better. And it's basically just, I died. If you die, like, it kind of resets back to the beginning. So I think you just get like 4 lives or something. And yeah, it's a bit hard at the moment. I'm gonna like change the difficulty by I think the enemies fire a little bit too quick, and it takes a little bit too long to get that extra range and the rapid fire. So yeah, I might calm that down a bit. Otherwise people are just not going to play it. So it's been designed for phones. So yeah, you just kind of like, here's my phone here. So you kind of like steer. Oh, where's my camera? So you like steer with your left thumb, and then like tap the screen to like pick up the power-ups and stuff like that. So that's the idea anyway. And I'm going to get like a new license for Game Maker Studio to do that. Right, but for now, we're going to focus on this piece of artwork, which is going to replace this pixelated bunny girl here, who I didn't do. That's just my placeholder. Sexy Pixel Eyes, I guess that's the name of the artist. Really cool stuff. Anyway, so yeah, what I like to do is draw everything like at a full scale. It's not going to be this big or this kind of detailed in the game, but I like to do like full-size art, so I get a really good idea of the volumes and what the character looks like, and then I'll translate that into pixel art. So it's good to get these big designs down, because then it makes it easier when you get to the pixel stage. I think anyway. Like, I mean, some people just go straight into the pixel bit, but I like to do these sketches first because I think it helps. So what I'm going to do is, I've got my basic design here. I'll probably, as I'm going over this, I'm going to be refining it. So I'll be changing bits or making bits a bit bigger, a bit smaller, and whatnot. And then we'll get like some sort of final sketch. So I'm going to drop the opacity on this layer. I'm going to drop a new layer down. And I'm using like this hard round brush. Quite like this brush. It kind of does everything pretty nicely. You know, you get soft and hard lines. So I'm trying to keep her face as basic as possible. Like, because, you know, like anime, manga style, it's very simple. And the more simple you can keep it, the better, I think. You just get like, I don't know, it just looks nicer when it's like as simple as it can be. What have I got here? I've got a bit of smoothing on. I'm just going to turn my smoothing up a little bit as I'm doing this. Smoothing, like, basically, if I turn all the smoothing off, right, and I try and draw a circle, see how it's kind of like, so it's a bit jaggedy. I mean, I can do it alright, but it gets a bit jaggedy. But if you put some smoothing on, basically, it just makes it feel like, it just makes it feel a bit better, like you're drawing on paper rather than on a computer where it's a little bit too perfect, I guess, and it just picks up every minute hand movement, which is good in some cases, but not for this. So we'll just do some loose sketching here. I have no idea what her name is. I haven't really got that far yet. This is just kind of like a practice project for me, so see how much I can kind of do and how far I can get. Because I mean, it's only a basic thing. I'm still, like, I would say, a very amateur coder. I don't really know what I'm doing, but I know enough to get by and make something semi-fun, I guess. I always start with the eyes. I don't know why. Good central point, I guess. I don't know why. I like thick eyebrows. I know a lot of like anime characters and stuff, they have very thin eyebrows, but I don't know, I go for the thick ones. There we go. Do the face. And I like to rotate the canvas as well, because it makes it easier doing lines like that. And it's kind of like as you would like rotate a piece of paper, you know. So I don't think I'm going to change much about the face. I kind of like the face as it is, and obviously her expressions will change through animation and stuff like that. So give her a little nose. Yeah, we'll keep the mouth in this kind of, I don't know, what, just like happy angry phase. I don't know. She's like gunning down bad guys with this face on, like, rawr. I don't know what this thing is on her head. It's kind of like some sort of, I don't know, VR visor that she's decided not to use for whatever reason. But we'll keep it in. I think it looks rather funky. I think her head looks a bit weird there, though. Let's get rid of that. Bring that line back. There we go. Okay, so we've got some big hair here. I'm going to keep these forms like the same, I guess. Maybe just add a strand in here. I like big chunky hair. I think it looks nice, especially on this more cartoony style. It's just looks a bit nicer, doesn't it? And yeah, I'm basically just going to go around this whole thing and refining the design as I go, I guess. I did kind of put like this big V here, but maybe I should, like, I don't know, change that up a bit. Because the big V doesn't really make much sense. Visor, I don't know. Well, it's not a V, is it? It's kind of a big triangle. But I think I kind of want to go Sam Fisher on it and put some, like, you know, like glowing eyes on it or something. I don't know. I think that'd be pretty cool. Yeah, let's see what that looks like, actually. So, like, just do some, like, maybe 3. Something like that. Make them kind of indented a little bit. So I noticed, like, in the game Trombone, there's lots of big, chunky, colourful characters in that. Let me see if I can find you a picture so I can show you what I mean. Where's me thing? Just open up a new browser here. So Trombone. Whoops. So let me find you an image here. Yeah, here we go. So this is a good example. I hate how Google Images does that now. Ah, cookies. I accept your cookies. Okay, here we go. So this image, this kind of stuff here. See how it's like big, chunky characters, colourful, lots of circles. They like their circles in Trombone, so I'm going with that kind of vibe, or at least attempting to. So I'm totally, like, open to, like, names and stuff like that. I mean, if you want to give it a crack of naming her or whatever, I'm open to suggestions, as, like, I'm so, like, not that far in the design and stuff. Always open to ideas and suggestions from people. I think that's how we grow nicely as artists. Some of the best artists I know listen to feedback. You know, it's got to be something right in it. Yeah. I was told, like, if it feels big enough, you should always make it bigger. If you're making this kind of, like, you know, chunky, like, characters and stuff, always make the stuff just oversized. Let's bring her hair down here. Let's make these a bit more, wavier maybe. No, I don't like that. No, I don't like that. Let's keep it simple. Simple shapes. It'll come across better, I think, especially when we slap some colour on it. Okay, let's get this going. Right, I wasn't really sure what to do about the neck. I know she's got some sort of armor plate on her neck or something like that, but not really sure what to do with it. Maybe I'll just kind of bulge it out a bit more. That's another thing you notice with, like, you know, characters like this. They have lots of unnecessary armor. Thicken up the lines here. Maybe, I don't know, should we keep this circle motif going? Like, put a big circle here or something. Yeah, let's do that. Let's keep the circle motif going. It's got a nice, appealing circle kind of vibe going. I want to keep that style. Let's see. Okay, let's do this shoulder pad. I'm just gonna flip it just so we can make sure everything's looking nice in both angles. I'm gonna make this shoulder pad bigger, I think. Make it a bit more of a, only just a little bit bigger, I guess. Just make that shape more refined. Just delete that bit. And yeah, she's got her circles on there as well, so we'll keep those. Nice big circles. We'll tidy all this up. I mean, like I said, this is going to end up being pixel art, but I kind of like the designing everything in full, you know. I guess this takes the longest time because you're kind of like figuring everything out and you know, designing it basically. I've been through many iterations on this. That looks terrible. Yeah, we'll do it at the bottom. And I'm kind of like at a point where I'm sort of happy with where it's going. It's not there yet, I guess. No, I don't like this. I don't like it. Yeah, I think we'll stick with having the like the smaller circles in the middle. There we go. Just colour those in as well. Or just black them out. There we go. There we go. Okay, so another thing is I like to thicken up the lines like on anything facing the outside. It makes the character kind of pop, I think, when you do that. Lots of people do it, like different line weights and stuff, thickening out the outlines. Thinner lines for anything that's facing on the inside works really nice. And it's things like this, like you get this kind of like pocket here where there is nothing there behind her. It kind of accentuates that gap, if you understand that. Like, it just shows that there is a definite clear gap there, and you don't have to do, like, it doesn't get lost. You can lose your forms like really quickly in drawing, and it starts to all kind of blend together and doesn't look 3D, I guess. So I kind of like to do that. Just thicken up these lines. That'll translate nicely to the pixel art as well when we get to that stage. Yeah, it's looking good. Nice. Okay, let's flip it back around again. I do like to flip between views a lot. I think, you know, your drawing should look good from every angle, so it's best to keep flicking backwards and forwards. Of course, you can do that like on paper as well, because, you know, you just flip the paper out. Max B, what kind of game are you making? I'm making a pixel art shooter. It's in the very early stages at the moment. I can show you. This is the kind of the temporary kind of setup. So you move with your left hand and you shoot, and then you click to pick up the power-ups and stuff like that. But it's obviously it's very, very early rubbish. Like, I haven't like really done anything with it yet, so it's still very early on, very early. But we're designing the pilot portrait that's gonna replace this sexy bunny girl here. And then I'm going to design the ship and all the enemies and then the power-ups and stuff, and you can get power-ups like a shield to protect you for a few hits, speed boosters that'll boost your speed and stuff. Yeah, just simple stuff like that. So it's not the first time I've made a shooter. I've made another one that's kind of still, it's not released, I'm still kind of tinkering with it. But I kind of hit a brick wall with that one, so I thought I'd just go and make something stupid simple. And I'm trying. It's the first time I'm making a game for Android, so I wanted to kind of make something really simple that people could just pick up and just play. You know, no more complicated than like Flappy Bird or something like that. But put some nice character aesthetic into it, make it, you know, have a bit of sexy appeal to it, I guess, with her being like, you know, a cartoon character, but she's got quite large assets. And yeah, and she'll do lots of cute little poses and stuff like that in the game. When when you get hit and stuff like that, I don't know, maybe a boobs jiggle or something, I don't know. Whatevs. It's all fun and games, isn't it? But yes, I booked some time off work over Christmas, so I'm going to be sat here drawing and animating and doing all that kind of stuff. So maybe you can join me. Right, costume time. I think she's going to be wearing one of these skin tight suits with a boob peephole. Max P, thanks, more than I could ever do. Nice work. Click on those assets. That's right. Yeah, I do enjoy doing this kind of stuff. It's really fun. I've been drawing a long time, but I made a game last year. It's the first ever game I made, and I released it at Halloween, and it did really well. And I kind of got the bug for, you know, game making now. So I kind of like, I'm dabbling in lots of different, I guess, different styles of game. I've got like a little survival horror game that I'm making too, called Hatchet Jack, which is a game where you basically have to run away from a murderer trying to chase you, and you've got to escape by collecting key items. Kind of like the Friday the 13th game, I guess, where you have to kind of escape Freddy, but pixel art, obviously. I'm not really skilled enough to do 3D. I do 3D modeling, but I don't do characters, and I don't think I can get very far without doing some characters. So oh, sorry, my girlfriend just messaged me telling me that I've blown up on TikTok. I did a TikTok video on her account, and it's got 1,783 views and 101 likes. And I uploaded it yesterday, and apparently that's pretty good. So there we go. So yeah, doing these thicker lines to keep that form, accentuating those gaps. So I think it looks quite nice. It looks like it's kind of like popping off the page, you know. I do like that. And then thin down the lines for anything that's inside, you know. So her cleavage. Yeah, it's looking good. It's looking good. And this is kind of the costume cutout, I guess. Let me just rotate this around a bit so I can get a better wrist action on that. It's all about the wrist action. There we go. So it's kind of cut out of a costume. Well, this part isn't. This part is actually part of it, because we're going to have to do the bit where it covers up her other assets. But we'll make it like super low down, so it looks like it shouldn't be covering anything, but it actually does. Because art, am I right? There we go. Yeah, she's proper squished into this. It's looking very non-tasteful. Exactly how I wanted it. Couple lines there. Are you happy with the election results? No pressure. Ooh, getting political straight away, are we? I guess, like, no matter who you voted for, democracy is always a good thing, and it'll, you know, we're going to go forward with what we have, and we make the best of it and make it work for us. And, you know, if it doesn't work out, then hey, there's always another election where we you know, get someone else in. But I don't know, I have a positive outlook going forward, I suppose. You know, there's lots of bad, but there's no reason why it can't change around to be good either. I have faith. I have faith. Maybe I shouldn't. Many people say I shouldn't, but I have faith that they'll do the right thing. Are you happy? Are you happy with the results? I think the thing that shocked me the most was the fact that it was so one-sided. I thought it would be very close, you know, much closer than it actually was. I was quite shocked. You know, I really genuinely thought Corbyn would have come out on top there, but there you go. Things happen out of our control. Well, in our control, but the majority, you know. Good answer. If games don't work out. Just be a politician. Yeah, I know, right? I mean, being a politician is all about never giving a straight answer. Is what I've learned. You know, you asked a direct question, don't answer it. Just go around it. Make it sound pretty. What are you doing today, Max? What's going on in your world? You got any nice plans for Christmas? I'm doing nothing. Well, actually, I'm doing a lot, but the girlfriend sorts all that stuff out. She just tells me what I'm doing and when I'm doing it. I like that. I like that scenario. I don't like knowing what's going on. I just had a message, actually. What's this? Ah, she just messaged saying she misses me. I'm live streaming. There we go. She'll probably jump in a minute. Perhaps. Right, what can we do? I don't like her eyes at the moment. I think maybe these dark parts are too dark. Maybe I can cut out a section. She looks like she's been taking way too many drugs. Ooh, that's too soft. There we go. Let's try that. Yeah, maybe that's a bit better. I can put more eye shines in there. You can never have too many eye shines for a cartoon character like this. Yeah, I think that looks a bit better. Yeah, looks a little bit less, I don't know, black. You are indeed streaming. Yes. Yes, I am. Ladies and gentlemen, my girlfriend has joined the foray. But you should be working. That's one thing you should be doing. You're at work. I'm not. Although technically I am, because I'm working at the moment. I'm drawing and stuff. Is drawing work? I don't know. You decide. Right, hands. Yeah, I mean, I guess like she could wear these kind of like gloves. You know, the big chunky cartoon style gloves, I guess. Let's just finish this bit off. Yeah, I'm gonna get back to that now. Busy. Have a good stream. Hope you get some good stuff done to the game. Thank you very much. I'll see you later. Potato. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm more or less just gonna get like some colors down on this and kind of like decide where I'm going with the colors, and see how it's look. I'm thinking bright and colorful, like pastels and that kind of stuff for it. We'll see. We'll just get some more lines down first. Get that nice base. I think yes, we'll keep her microphone thing, even though it's really far away from her face, but I think it looks quite aesthetically pleasing. Perhaps. I'll just put a little slot there. A little slot there. There we go. Kind of looks like a little microphone now. Maybe it's got, you know, just some lines on here, so it shows that it's bendy. Okay. I'll just put some simple lines under her eyes just to separate those out a bit. Maybe we should give her some eyelashes, or is that going too complex? I don't know. Eyelashes work, I guess. Kind of makes her feel a little bit more feminine, if she wasn't feminine enough already. Okay, so let's do these gloves. I don't really know what the joysticks are going to look like, but let's try and work on those perhaps as well. We've already kind of got a shape here. So let's draw the joystick in and we'll draw our hand around the joystick, I think. That'd be best. Something like that. Maybe with a button on the top. For the guns. Click, click. Okay. That way, like, I can animate her thumbs kind of like, I don't know, clicking up and down on the sticks or something like that. Not sure. Not sure. Still in design phase. Let's put a thumb on there. There we go. And yeah, she's just gonna have colossally big gloved fingers, I think. I quite like those, like, you know, stupid big Mickey Mouse cartoon hands. They're more like bananas, you know. There we go. That'll do for now. Lovely. Okay, so let's flip around. I think we'll keep these lines in here. Quite like these little details. Yeah, simple details are good. And just flesh it out a little bit. Maybe we'll put some sort of a mega symbol in there or something like that. Makes it look a bit more mechanical. Enjoying the day off, doing nothing, but now I feel like I should do something constructive. I love drawing back in the day, but stickmen are as far as my skills go. Ah, well, we all start with stickmen. I guess, you know, you just gotta keep practicing on it. I always find, like, if you draw something every day, you know, just doesn't matter what it is, you know, keep flexing that drawing muscle. Also, I agree with you, but wish we were still in the EU. Well, we still are at the moment until like January, but like who knows? I don't know. I have a positive outlook on that because I feel like, you know, new opportunities. That can't be a bad thing, right? You know, it might be different, but who knows? It might be different in a really good way that we can all benefit from. But only time will tell. And, you know, if the deal works out well, you know, there could be many more deals in the future, and I don't know. I feel positive. Am I too positive? Can you be too positive about this situation? I don't know. Okay, so that's like that. Okay, her hand's kind of covering most of this joystick, so I'm not even going to bother drawing it in, I don't think. We'll keep it as basic as possible. Get those big gloved blubbery fingers in there. Try and keep the shape as simple as possible. Maybe her fingers are too big. Yeah, I'm gonna slim these down a little bit, mainly so I can have the other finger in. Well, then most cartoons have 4 fingers, don't they? That's what I was kind of going for. Is it 4? Yeah. No. Yeah, it's 4 fingers, like, in total, isn't it? Like the Simpsons, they all have 4 fingers, right? So we'll just kind of draw the top of the thing in there. There we go. And then the bottom there. There we go. Okay, so let's just turn off the sketch. That's looking alright. Need to do the front of the chair though. Haven't done that yet. So let's do that. She's kind of sat on this, like, I don't know, like a bench seat, I guess, in the cockpit of the ship. Designing the ship's going to look cool as well. I don't know what I'm going to do for that either, but it's going to be cool. It's going to be fun. Maybe I'll do the ship in 3D and like pixel over the top of that. That would be cool, wouldn't it? So I can show everyone how bad I am at 3D art. I'm lying, I'm pretty good. I'd say I've done more 3D animation in my time than I have 2D, but yeah, that's what I do mainly for my day job. But this is all fun. I like doing this silly stuff every now and again. There you go, defining those shapes, getting those nice bold stark lines, outlining those areas, keeping those forms strong. That's what everyone always tells me. Keep your forms strong. Keep them strong. There we go. So it's looking pretty neat. Looking pretty neat. Okay, I think it's time for some colour. Get some colours going. Now what I like to do with colour is just throw colour down and not care about any of it. And then we tweak all the colours afterwards. I think the only thing that's definitely set in stone right now is she's going to have, I guess, like, you know, the pale orange skin. Like the peachy coloured skin. And that's about it. So I'm going to just roughly, like, rough all this in. I turn all the smoothing off for this as well, because like I find if you try and sketch, try and colour in when smoothing's on, it kind of slows everything down and it just looks a bit silly. So we'll just get anything that's flesh, I guess, just rough it in. The thing about colours as well is always having like contrast and good gaps between the colours. So like having a good balance of all your colours just helps the drawing a hell of a lot. Like a lot of the time you see, like, you know, people using like one color all over, and it just doesn't work that well, or too many different colors, you know. Having a good balance, contrast is key with these sorts of things. There we go. Get her legs in. Now I know it's rough. We're gonna fix it all later. I'm just getting the color down. You know, get those colors down so you can get an idea of where you're going with it. Okay, let's move on. I'm creating a new layer for every color, by the way, because then later you'll have like way more control over it, and what you can do to fix it or tweak it or change it. If you put everything on one layer, then you're just making more work for yourself later on. You know. So we'll just tidy this up a little bit. I'll go around and refine everything again, but just so we can get a clearer picture of what we want. That's good enough. Okay, so next color, I think we'll do the hair, maybe. Just chuck in some hair color. Going with those bright pastels. Let's go with like a teal green. Teal green? Is that a real thing? I don't know. Yeah, let's get this in there. This looks quite good. It's quite bright and nice. Bright and nice. That looks pretty cool. I'll just quickly tidy that up so we can be a bit clear about it. I see a lot of people doing this. Like, they just throw colour down and then just tidy it up afterwards. It's kind of easier to just get colour in real quick, and you don't have to kind of worry about, you know, staying in between the lines all the time. Just to get, you know, your vision down, I guess. What past experience you got in graphic design? Wanting to start making games, or was it something you were always into? I guess artwork I've always been into, you know, since I was young. Video game making, obviously, I love games. Most of the videos on this channel will definitely tell you that. But as to actually making games, that was very recent, as in last year. I started doing that and haven't looked back. It's been very fun. Trouble is, making games is very time consuming. You know, there's a lot of work that goes into this stuff, you know. A lot more than I anticipated. You know, even for the most basic games, there's so much work. Which, I mean, this is going to be a basic game. But past experiences, I guess, I went from college and then I got a job at a TV station in my hometown, and I've been there ever since. I worked my way up. I'm now a creative editor there, and I make promos and adverts and all that kind of stuff with, you know, doing animations and stuff for them. And yeah, loving it. I'm currently on my Christmas holidays, so that's why I'm doing stuff like this. But yeah, it's never too late to get into it. That's what I found out, especially like game making and stuff. It's so much more accessible nowadays as well. Like loads more people can do it. It's just made a bit easier for someone to come in at entry level. I'm gonna get some ready pink, maybe. Ready pink. I don't know. I don't know why I'm scrutinizing that much about this at the moment, because we're just throwing colors down. So we'll go for ready pink for the shoulder pads, maybe. Maybe the armor's like this kind of pinky color. I don't know. We're going to tweak all this afterwards anyway. You know, because what works now might not work later. I think the bodysuit should be like a different color as well. Maybe the trim of it should stay the pink color to balance out that color as well. I know it looks rough, don't worry about it. It'll all look good in the end. There you go. Okay. So bodysuit color. What kind of colors do we think we'll go with that? Just for now. Oh, for shits and giggles, let's throw a yellow on there. Why not? Okay. It's looking interesting. Not sure if I'll keep it, but looks alright. Maybe your gloves could be this yellow color as well, or whatever color it ends up being, you know. Let's try that. Is that weird color for gloves? Yellow gloves. Yeah, I mean, it's not bad, is it? The yellow. I could learn to love it more. Well, we'll tweak it in a bit. We'll tweak it. Okay, so the headgear. What are we gonna do there? Well, let's flip around it. Let's group this up actually. Like, we'll just make a group. We'll just call it girl, so I can easily select everything. Okay, let's see. Headgear. What are we going to do for the headgear? Maybe they should be a more neutral color, because maybe it should be like a steely blue or something. You know, that kind of. And we can maybe put some color in the circles that are on it. Yeah, because I mean, gear's like rarely like super bright colors, is it? I guess. I don't know. Maybe we'll put some like patterns on it or something. Some orange patterns. Just going color overload. Okay, that's looking alright. We'll make the joysticks the same color. And maybe, I don't know, we'll make the ship seat, I guess, a different color. Just put this down there. There we go. Okay, it's looking alright. It's looking alright. Alright, let's work on. Okay, let's change some colors. For this, I just normally use the hue slider, just to kind of have a look around. I don't know. I think I kind of like the pink that we've got going on. Maybe make it a bit brighter and more saturated, perhaps. Yeah, something like that. The green hair, looks alright, I guess. Let's try this. This yellow is kind of messing me up a bit, I think. Ooh. Blue, maybe? That kind of blue is quite nice, like a light blue. And then maybe if we change the hair color so it's not so close. Oh, did I not change your eyebrows? Oh, did I put the eyebrows on a different layer? Oops. Okay, not a big deal. Let's just do that. I think I was talking when I was doing this, and I forgot to swap layers, so let's just delete that out. There we go, and I'll just put the green under there. Okay, now let's have a look. Oops. Oh, did I just put that into CMYK mode? Is that why I did that? I don't want that. Why is it doing this? Oh well, whatever. We'll just turn the saturation back up again. Okay, so maybe pink hair. I don't know. Is that clashing with the body armor too much? But maybe we should make her blonde. Yeah, this could work. This looks nice. Maybe give her green eyes or something. So we still keep that green. Okay, let's try that. Let's put the green in the eyes. Get real close. Get some green up in here. Yeah, and then we'll white her eyes out as well, so we can see that. Orange hair works. Okay, I'm glad we agree. Yeah, it looks nice. Looks nice. I always find this kind of helps, like, bring the character out as well when you sort the eyes. When you do the eyes properly, that's when it all comes out. I mean, I know these look kind of horrible because it's just kind of this is like a rough sketch, I guess. But there we go. Yeah, that looks pretty cute, right? Looks pretty cute. Okay, and the mouth. Sort the mouth out. We'll do. Let's go for like dark reds, I guess, for mouths. Like a dark brown, maybe. Maybe get a bit more red in there. Maybe a bit brighter for the tongue, I guess. Just a bit. Maybe more pink in there. There we go. Just a bit more pink. I think that's maybe too dark. Maybe we should brighten that up a bit more. Yeah, we go for that. Maybe still too dark. Let's go a bit brighter. The joy of art. It's kind of the same color as her armor now. Yeah, not too bad. Maybe this part's a little bit too dark, perhaps. Let's lighten the whole thing up. Yeah, it looks a bit better. Looks a bit neater. Okay. The other thing I like to do is change the color of the line art as well, because like in pixel art, when I'm going to do that version, I rarely keep the line like black. I think it looks too harsh. I mean, it can work sometimes, but it looks a bit harsh, doesn't it? So we can just apply a color overlay. Whoa. Maybe we're going to go more along the red kind of line, I guess. Only a little bit, like not too much, you know. I just think that makes it look a little bit nicer, a little bit softer, not as harsh. Blends nicely with the colors as well. Let's sort out that seat because it looks like she's just spreading her legs over nothing. We'll make that bit quite dark, I think. It's like a dark blue, super dark blue. So anything behind her will be kind of like a much darker color, so she stands out a lot more. I think that would be the best way to go. Because if we think like, oh no, she's going to be sat on a chair or whatever, like she's in the cockpit of a ship, and that comes up here, maybe like that. there's like a pattern or something. I don't know, something around there. I don't really know what, but something. Something to make it look like a cockpit of a ship, I guess. Okay, so I think that looks pretty good. Maybe... Oh, we didn't really tweak the colours of the headset, did we? Yeah, let's have a look at that. Let's see what we can do here. Ooh! Oh, maybe a purple. That looks quite nice. And you just lower the saturation a bit, brighten it a bit. That actually looks quite nice, and it kind of separates itself more from the dark blue chair, I guess. Yeah, I kind of like that. Yeah, we're going with that. We're going with this. We're going with this. Okay. Now, I could kind of like call it quits here and just say, right, let's move on to the pixel art bit, but I kind of like where this is going. So I kind of want to just tidy it up a bit more. And maybe put some shading on it. Oh, he's doing shading a bit too far. I don't know. Especially for just a design. There's so much more to be getting on with on the game. I don't want to focus on this too much, but well, she is a big part of it because she's going to be a big thing on the screen that people are going to be distracted by and and get shot because of her and all that kind of stuff. So maybe I should put more focus on her. Is good. So let's just tidy this up a little bit. Cleaning up these areas. Oops. Oh, what's that bit? Where's that come from? Oh, I'm lost in layer hell. Where's that bit of green come from? Oh, okay, it's on the skin. Weird. There we go. Got rid of that. Okay. Let's do some shading on her maybe. And then maybe I'll just call it quits on her after I've done a bit of shading, just so we know where we're going with it. Is that another? Yeah, it's another bit of green that I've left in there. Okay, and just that little bit on the visor. There we go. Alright, I always start with the skin when doing shading and stuff. I lock the layer, so basically that means it'll, no matter where I shade, it'll just stay within the bit that I've coloured, which makes it a lot easier to do this. Whenever you're darkening a colour as well, so like I'm taking the skin colour and I'm making it darker, don't ever just make it darker. Pull the hue down as well. Add some red in there, because like as shadows get darker, they get cooler in color as well, so you start going to more towards the red and then eventually the pink spectrum, and it will look much nicer. So we'll give her quite a big shadow across here because of that visor, I think. We'll try and keep these like shadows kind of basic, because her character, like, I don't know, I guess she's kind of oh, what's going on there? I need to fix that. Oh, weird. Oh, okay. I accidentally coloured part of the armour on the skin layer. Whoops. What an idiot. Idiot. Let's turn that back on. There we go. Okay. Oops. There we go. Okay, yeah, so we're keeping the shadows and the shading very simple, because she's kind of a simple shape, and if you shade too much on this, I guess you're going to lose that kind of basic look. You can go too far, and it just starts to look a bit too overdone. Can't go too far with the boobs though. Can never go too far with boobs. Or maybe you can. I don't know. I've seen some artists go a bit too far with boobs. Okay. That's good. I don't think we'll do any more than that. On there. Oh yeah. Also, it's like kind of like where's your... You got to decide where your light source is coming from as well. That's an important aspect that I forgot to mention. So here, I guess my light source is coming from up here somewhere. I guess because that's the... If she's looking out of a cockpit window, that'll be where the light's coming from. So all the shade will be like on this kind of side. You know, thinking about the forms and the volumes of everything, and how those shadows will go around everything. Oh, there's a lot to take in. I'm trying to just talk through this as I'm going through it, because a lot of people like just kind of stay quiet when they do this. But I guess I don't know. I guess I like to talk through my process. Like, it might help people in the future if they want to do stuff like this and they're not really quite sure how to do it. Okay, let's put a little shadow there. Big shadows for the legs because they're quite large items. And under the kneecap here. I'll colour all this in maybe. There we go. That looks nice. Looks a bit like she's kind of popping out a bit more. In more ways than one. Okay, let's have a look at tidying up this armor. Just making that look a bit neater, because this looks a bit crap at the moment. There we go. I suppose eventually it's easier to just you know, put it all onto one layer once you've got everything locked in, but because then you won't get lost between layers. Which I do tend to do quite a lot. I suppose it would be easier if I just labelled my layers. Wouldn't that be an idea, eh? Let's do that. Let's do some boring stuff and label the layers. Okay, so we got... Whoops. Whoops-a-ma-doodle. So we got line art. Then we've got... I think this is the skin. Yeah. So skin. Hair. I think this is the armor. Then we've got the bodysuit. Oops. Then we've got the headset. And then we've got the weird space chair. Space chair, chair. Sweet. Okay, that's that. Alright, armor. Oh, wait. We should put some highlights on the skin. That's one thing we didn't do. Because it's going to be brighter on this side of her face than the other. So let's do that. Let's give it some highlights. Now, with the highlights, I guess she's going to be in space, right? So the light in space will be blue. It's ultraviolet light, isn't it? The daylight's kind of got that harsh blue light about it. So we're going to increase the brightness, but I'm also going to add a little bit of blue. Itty bit of blue. Not much. Not a lot. Just a little bit. Little bit. So subtle that you won't even notice, but it'll look nice because it's not just pure white, you know. Or maybe it's too much. I don't know. Maybe we just need the tiniest amount. Maybe we'll put like just some blobs there. Bit on her leg there. Something like that. Something like that. Maybe another splodge on this boob as well. Too much there. Too much, I think. I don't know. Yeah, so there we go. That's looking cool. Let's do the armor. Let's do that. So much in the same way, we're going to be doing darker, but also increasing the hue as well. So we're going to go more into the purple range, because it'll make your shadows pop. It'll make them pop, I tell you. So we'll do that for there, and inside each of these is going to have that darkness as well, because we want to make it look like it's sinking into the armor, I guess. So we'll do that. Maybe not that one there. It's just that. There we go. And just do inside here. That could probably be darker, but we'll sort that out in a minute. And around here, around the hair, on this side, just make it all dark. And around here, under here. Yeah, okay, that looks good. Again, this is just rough. This is rough. This is giving us our basis, our rough idea of like how to get the best form out of the pixel art later. Yeah, so it doesn't matter if it's a little bit scrappy, because we're gonna you won't notice it in the pixel art. This is just for us. This is just for the design phase. So bodysuit again, lower, and we'll go into the darker blues. Always towards the blue. There we go. Okay, whoops. There we go, so it's going to be dark around there. Maybe under here as well. And around this shoulder pad, and under a little collar thing. Under the boobs. Under the boobs. Bit too much there. There we go. Alright. Oh yes, we'll go back to the armor and we'll do the highlights. So again, brighter color, maybe more towards the red, so you get that peachy red color in the highlight. See? So it's not, you're not just making a brighter color. You want to change the hue value, because it just makes it look so much nicer. That is color theory 101. Color theory. Just makes your art like pop so much more than if you just increase brightness. Which does look, it looks alright too, but I think doing this way, just really makes it pop. Especially if you're going for this kind of like super cartoony, chunky style, which Japan loves. So again, with the headset, darken that color, bring it back towards the blue. Get the underside of that. Maybe this side here too. Down the side of her head, it's going to all be dark. And inside here, just make those darker. It kind of looks like a Vive VR headset, doesn't it? Okay, and the back side here, underneath there. There you go. It looks alright. Maybe we'll keep that bit kind of highlighted. Whoops, wrong colour. That looks good. Maybe we'll do the whole microphone a darker color as well. She could be a new Mega Man character. Yeah, she does. She has got that kind of Mega Man vibe about her, hasn't she? But yeah, I'm going for that Trombone style that we looked at earlier. I don't know if you saw it earlier, but let me find that image again. Where was it now? Oh, if I open this, Trombone. So yeah, if I show you this image here, see that kind of these big kind of chunky styles. I quite like that. Trombone's a great game. It's really cool. It's quite expensive now if you like try and find it on. So it was on PlayStation 1, I think. I think they may have done one on Game Boy Advance as well at some point, but yeah, I'm not sure. Okay, so hair time. Hair time. The beauty of this as well is that even though we've like done all this color work and stuff, we can still go into each individual layer and change the colors if we want to, because they're all there separate, you know. So it's going to be pretty dark back here, just imagine. There you go, and under here, pretty dark around her face. No, we'll keep her eyebrows light, I think. That works better. Yep, there we go. Maybe we'll just keep the tops of these kind of yellow. A bit more, you know. That looks a bit nicer. Oh yeah, well, haven't played the main games, but played Tron a lot in Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Oh, right, cool. Yeah, they did put her in that. Yeah. Yeah, I forgot about that. That's a good game, that Marvel vs. Capcom. There we go. Pop those hair highlights. Don't need much. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. Okay, so let me just get rid of this thingamajiggy. There we go. So we've got like a nice bit of character art there that we can go from, and we can make like the pixel art character from it. I think she looks pretty cool. I don't know, maybe we need... I don't think we need any more details on her, because it's going to be very difficult to translate that to like a pixel art character. Although the artwork's going to be fairly large on the screen, I think we're going to go for something like a 400 by 400. What's this one? I think this is 400 by 400, but let me just double check. Let me sprites. There we go. What's this then? So this is 250 by 250. So yeah, it's even smaller than I thought. So let's go for something like that then. So I suppose we should save it. We haven't saved it at all. Can you imagine if my computer crashed then? Woohoo! That would have been like, okay, thanks for joining me, guys, but game over. Okay, let's just move this up here. Right, so now we want to fire up Pixel Edit, which is a great bit of software for doing pixel art. And we're going to do a new image. We're going to do it 250 by 250, which is the size of the sprite that we want. We'll just do one tile. So there we go. You know what? We've got quite a lot of room to do this pixel art. So she's going to be quite big, I think. Maybe too big. I don't know. Maybe we should do like a really small one. That way I could utilize the screen space on here for like more user interface, I guess. So, well, you know what? Let's sketch it out, shall we? So the aspect ratio of my game is widescreen. So let's see here. We'll just fire up a quick HD thing. Okay, so let me just darken this down so I can show you where. Okay, So here's our screen. Maybe that's a little bit too dark. I want you to still be able to see it. There we go. There's our screen. Okay, so we're going to have... well, we can do this with her, actually. Let's grab her. Let's copy that group. Paste her in. Scale her down massively. Let's put her over here somewhere. Okay, so we got her there. Let's make a new layer. Put it up there. Okay, so use this black color, and the screen's divided up thusly. If we look here in my level, so yeah, so there you got the screen there, and the main action's over on this portion of the screen. So it's kind of divided up, I guess, like this kind of thing. So we got our ship here, terrible ship. There we go. Pew pew. Enemies coming from here. Now the controls will be a thumbstick here. So when you're playing on your phone, you've got your thumbstick there, and over here there'll be a button to fire the power-ups. Okay, the ship shoots automatically, so we haven't got to worry about shooting. It just shoots automatically, and you get like range and power upgrades the more enemies you kill. So our portrait could go here, which looks rather nice there. Then you've got your score could be up here, like real big. So like showing you how many points you got and how badass you are to all your friends. Then we could have the currently equipped power-up could be here. So say that like when you kill an enemy, the power-up could appear, and then if you click on it, then it will appear here. So that's maybe the shield power-up. And then you fire the power-up by pressing this button down here. So I think that's going to be nice, a nice layout. I don't know what to do here with this space. Maybe it could be the other power-ups you could get, and then they kind of like flick around or something like that. I don't know. Maybe, but okay, she looks quite good there. It's quite a nice size. So I think if we did a 250 by 250, that should be alright. I think. I mean, that's 250 by 250, and that's rather large, isn't it? So we kind of want smaller than that. Let me change the scale of this. This isn't my artwork, by the way. This is just some placeholder that I threw in. Oh, here we go. Resize. So let's try 125. 125 by 125. Apply. Okay, let's have a look in there. Okay, that's more like what we've got in our example, isn't it? If the power-ups are next to her, they could look like buttons for her ship flashing or something. Yeah. Yeah, that would look pretty cool, wouldn't it? Like, okay, so here's a great idea. Thank you for this. So what if this control section down here, like where you got the thumbstick and the two buttons, maybe that could be the cockpit, like it looks like the cockpit. So we can make this look like a futuristic steering thing, and like you said, the buttons could be like lighting up and stuff like that. That would look pretty cool. So it's like you've got her there, and then her ship controls like kind of underneath. We can kind of like section them off, something like that. That would look pretty cool. And then yeah, I was thinking like things like when you get hit, like her like the portrait shakes and she has like a stressed out expression, and it all goes red or something. And then when you die, maybe this could all go like fuzzy, like screen static or something like that, and then you get game over. Yeah, that's pretty cool. It's looking good. Okay, so we're gonna go for a 125. Oh, is it too small? I don't know if it's too small. It's too small. Maybe we make it a little bit bigger. like instead of 125, maybe. Oh, he tried 150 and that was too big. Or was it too big? Let me just try the 150 again. Oh, okay. No, that's good. 150 by 150. Yeah. It was 250 before, wasn't it? Okay, so let's change this. Let's make a new one. So we'll go 150 by 150. Boom. Okay, here's our canvas. Okay. Let's see. Let's get this shrink down. Where is it? There we go. Let's export this as an image that we can then bring into Pixel Edit and use it as a guide. Because we've done all the hard work, so we should use it to help us. So I'm going to start by cropping it, because we don't need all of that information. Just crop it as much as possible. There we go. Okay, pretty sweet. And we'll save that as a PNG. I'll do pilot final concept. Boom. Okay, so we'll bring that into Pixel Edit now. Oh, we might just be able to copy and paste it, might we? It might not work, but let's try it. No, I didn't think that would work. Okay, let's import it. Import images. Oh, these are from some other sprites that I was working on, so nope. Sketches. Here it is. There we go. Okay, so she's in. Now we want to put her in there, don't we? So we'll copy this. Oh, select all. Ah, right, okay. Yeah, I forgot this is massive. So come here. Okay, so we'll copy that. We'll paste it into the 150 by 150, and it's going to be huge. And then when we scale it down, it's going to go all pixelated. Now don't worry, I'm not going to cheat and like not go over this. I'm going to go over this properly for pixel art, because that's the whole point of pixel art. You do it properly. Because this isn't proper pixel art. This is just shrinking an image down. Okay, we'll do that a little bit lower because we want to kind of get her in, but don't want to chop her knee off. There we go. I think that'll be good. Okay, so that's going to look terrible. Yeah, see, it looks terrible. That's not proper pixel art. What we're going to be doing is proper pixel art, though. So we're gonna. She's on her own layer. So we're going to just change her opacity so it's nice and low so we can see what we're doing. Okay. And I think I'm going to be more comfortable if I flip this. I think, can I do that? I think I can do that. Yeah, there we go. I'm gonna do it from. I always like drawing people like from this angle. Like I don't know, some part of me finds it real freaking weird or / difficult to do it the other way. So we're gonna do it this way because this is the way I'm comfortable with. Okay. No, I didn't want to do that. Okay, let's go in here. Okay, so for the line art, which is what we'll start with, we're going to go with that kind of reddy colour. Am I left or right-handed? I'm right-handed. Yeah, right-handed. And we're going to use the pencil tool, and we're going to draw it on a new layer. And we're going to start doing this. We're going to select the Pixel Edit has a great tool of making sure you can have like a 1 pixel line, which is this. So basically what that does is, instead of doing this where you get kind of like a lot of jaggies, if you activate this, it makes sure the line stays as one pixel line, you see? So it looks much nicer, and you don't get all these jaggy edges and stuff. So, but however, I think I'm gonna have to. Oh no, I don't have to do that. Okay, that's cool. I thought I was gonna have to deactivate Windows Ink because that kind of messes everything up with pixel art. Okay, so we're gonna go around loosely. We probably will have to tweak and tidy up the lines as we go, or maybe, you know, as we come back around. And things will change slightly, but there won't be too bigger changes, I guess. There we go. Isn't this fun? So yeah, I really wasn't kidding when I meant there's a lot of work that goes into this stuff. Okay, that looks terrible. We're gonna have to tweak this face a bit, I think. I think that's fine there. We use that. That'll be like her. That's her lashes kind of thing, isn't it? There we go. I think we're gonna change the height of the eye a little bit, maybe. Just a little bit, not much. Yeah, we should delete that bit. There we go. Just thicken that up, drop it down a little bit. Okay, that's good. There you go. So if anything's got to be right, we've got to get our eyes to look the best they can. Oh, yeah, you know what? I am going to disable Windows Ink because it's trying to do the gesture stuff, and that's just terrible. So, Windows Ink. Here we go. Oh wait, no, I do it in the Wacom thing, don't I? Of course. Sorry about this. Wrong one. Here we go. This is it. If we go pen, is it mapping? Here we go. Use Windows Ink. Turn that off if you're going to do pixel art, because hey, there we go. That's much better. I'm surprised you're doing it manually. I seen there was a program that could do it for you. Very nice. Real sprite work. It requires a lot of effort. Yeah, honestly, if you just like get something to do it for you, everyone can tell that you've just got something to do it for you, and it always looks bad in my opinion. I mean, it would literally just look like what I just shrank down, you know. I like to do everything properly as best I can, because also I feel if you get something to do it for you, you don't really learn anything. You know, you learn nothing. That's not good. So I always try and do as much as I can by myself before I go, screw it, this is going to take too long, I need a shortcut. But most of the time you don't need shortcuts, you know. You can do this. It's all part of the fun. It's all part of the fun. We're probably going to clean that up. That looks terrible. There we go. Side note, but thoughts on Resi 3 Remake and hopes for Resi 8. Yes. Resident Evil 3 Remake, I mean, that's just amazing. I can't wait to play that. I mean, Resident Evil 2, the original on PlayStation, is like my favourite game of all time. So having that remake was just, well, it was just dream come true, really. So yeah, really looking forward to Resident Evil 3. Resi 8, I kind of like... I didn't really like Resident Evil 7. because of the I know the first person camera. I just thought it just made it feel like every other first person horror game like going. You know, it lost its uniqueness. It's like when you think of Resident Evil, you think of okay, maybe it's not all positive things, but you think of tank controls, you think of like, you know, third person, the iconic characters, and I mean, I can't even remember the character's name from Resident Evil 7. Is it Ethan? Is it Ethan? I don't know, but the fact that I can't even remember, and it's like my favourite game franchise of all time, it's just kind of like, I just think he's a really weak character in that respect. You don't get a lot of feeling for him, so I'm kind of hoping they go back to like a more over-the-shoulder kind of style for Resi 8. It was a nice deviation, but I think we should go back to what the series is known for best. You know, as soon as you start going too far away from the source material, that's when you just it kind of loses it for me. Right, let's make a new folder in here and we'll call it Sprites, because this is where we're going to start doing sprites. Okay, and we'll call this the pilot portrait. There we go. I'll save it in there. Pilot portrait. Done. Okay. Stephen, hey stranger. How's it going, man? You alright? You having a good day? I know I haven't been on for a while. I've been so busy. Honestly, at work, we've been doing the Christmas advert, and that's just taken up every ounce of my time. And then I've been kind of like making this as well, and this has been taking up time too. But I thought if I'm going to be working on this in the day, I might as well stream it, because, you know, some people out there might be interested in it. I might be able to teach someone something, and I'll get some work done at the same time. Win-win. Did you watch our Halloween special, Stephen? Did you enjoy it? If you've not watched it, I command you to go and watch it right now. Even though it's Christmas. I don't care. There we go. So yeah, all these lines, like, I'm going to go around later and like tidy them all up and stuff, but you know how I work. You know how I work. We tidy up later. We draw, we tidy. That's how it rolls. We draw, we tidy. And then, like, the really fun part of this is look at me. I'm tidying as I go. I shouldn't be doing that. I should be just getting it down. Get it down. Yeah, the really fun part of this is like animating her. And this is quite a big spray, actually. Like, it might be quite difficult to animate, but we'll probably do it in sections. That'll make it easier. Have you seen the new Easter egg for Resi 3 in 2? I think it's Nemesis' voice or something. Oh, no, I haven't. Is that like Nemesis saying stars or something like that? Yeah, mate, it was good as usual. Oh, good, you watched it. Brilliant. Thank you. Many people didn't. I always get really begrudged. It's like, we worked so hard on that and no one watched it. Yes. Yeah. No, I haven't seen the Easter egg, but yeah, I know Nemesis' voice. Nightmares of my first playthrough of Resident Evil 3 when it came out. I was so scared of Nemesis, so God knows what it's going to be like in the new one. I mean, the Tyrant in Resi 2 was scary enough. You know, the Nemesis is like just even scarier just because he's like, well, he's faster. A lot faster. Yeesh. I don't like it. Okay. Might not have to do that. Oh, that looks a bit crap. Okay. I might be able to do that with a shadow, so that'll be alright. Go as far as we can with a nice angle like that. Oops. Bugger. That's cutting a little bit too far, I think. Yeah, there we go. That looks nice. That looks nice. Keep giving it a cheeky save every now and again. You never know when the old computer's going to go, I'm going to kill all of your hard work. Yeah. I've had many arguments with my computers over the years. I had one recently that literally just destroyed my livelihood because it just wouldn't cooperate. I hated it. It's now in pieces in the back of my girlfriend's car. So if you want any computer parts, I've got some computer parts for sale. Got a nice graphics card. I can't remember what it is now. I think it's a Nvidia something. Shit, what was it? I don't know. But yeah, the motherboard on the computer went, and when the motherboard goes, well, kiss everything goodbye. What's with him having a nose, though? What? I haven't... What? They gave him a nose? No. You're lying. Why haven't I seen... Have they released a picture of him, then? Why haven't I seen this? New Nemesis RE3. Okay, here we go. He has got a nose! That's so weird! What? Okay. Alright, that's a little... I mean, it's kind of a nose, but it's kind of like bent over to the side. Like, there he is, look. Look at his little nose there. Just like, looks really weird. Okay, cool. That is really weird. I wasn't expecting that. I'm sure he'll still be as terrifying, even with his dodgy nose face. Wow, when you said that, like, have you seen his nose? I'm like, what? I did not expect that. That is hilarious. That is hilarious. Oh man, I kind of wish they kept him to like the original design a bit more, you know. What was I saying earlier about when you go too far away from the source material, it's not good. It's not good. I'm sure it's fine. It'll be fine. It'll still be terrifying, and it'll still be Resident Evil, so that's all that matters, really, isn't it? There we go. We're getting there. We're getting there, folks. Tidy up that line. Whoops. There we go. It will be fine, just like Brexit. Steady. Easy now. Don't want to upset people. Brexit. It's about time Brexit just disappeared, though. Hey, I think everyone's fed up with that. It's like, ugh, I'm fed up of hearing about it. Just do something about it. You know, whether you voted leave or remain, it's like kind of democracy is in shambles. Shambles, I tell you. So just give us what the majority voted for, and that should be that. That's how politics works, right? Well, I guess you thought wrong. But never mind. Stay positive. Keep calm. Carry on. All that. Right. Let's see the back of her hair. Looking good. Looking good. Get this shoulder pad done. That's a bit of a shit line there. Let's fix that. It's better. Still not good. There we go. James, Britain. How's it going, man? How you doing? You doing all right? I saw your post earlier about the strange episode of Blockbusters sped up. That was really weird. That was very weird. Took me back to my childhood though. Love a bit of Bob. I'll have a pee, please, Bob. God, Blockbusters was amazing, wasn't it? Oh yeah. What's with the tracing? How daft. I'm tracing my own art. I drew this. This is mine. We're basically just translating my art into pixel art so I can put it in my game. So I'm not tracing anything. I mean, technically I am, but it's my own work, so it's fine. It's allowed. Ah, cool. Yeah, actually, that's kind of like worrying, like people tuning in thinking I'm just like totally tracing this. It's like, it's my own work, honest. We haven't thought of a name for her yet, though. Spacey McSpaceface. Come on, internet. Hit me with your best names. What kind of character do you think this is? Miss Jugs. Yes. I like it. Space Jugs. I literally dreamed about watching game shows on 2x speed, then made it just to see if it was as bizarre. It is really bizarre. It actually does remind me of like dreams I've had. Like where it's like you can hear people talking but you can't quite understand what they're saying. Yeah, it has a like real surreal feel about it, you know. Okay, there we go. Let's get that in there, up there. It's looking good. A thumb looks a bit weird in pixel art. Let's change that. Oh, it's still a bit fat. Let's change it. Here's this bit. Looks a bit weird. A bit too high. Call her Trace. It's actually quite a nice name. By the way, I'm not tracing anyone else's work, by the way. It is my work. Honest. This is my drawing. But yeah, Trace is a good name. But is it too close to Tracer? Like from Overwatch? I like Overwatch. Overwatch is great. Plagiarizing his own work. That's right. I just find it easier, like, doing something on a large scale, like sketching it out first, then bringing it in, because you just get a better sense of where you're going with the pixel art. And I find it's easier to place lines and then refine them afterwards as I go. Is it going to be animated? Yes, it is. It will be animated eventually. Only simple animations, not like super complex stuff, but there'll be like eye blinking and like boob jiggling and shoulders moving, maybe the thumbs on the buttons and stuff like that. Simple stuff, not crazy complex stuff. Hey dude, did you see the anime Gan in Art Breeder yet? No, I haven't. Please send me a link to where I can see it. I don't get to see much stuff these days because like I'm always doing stuff like this, and just instead of watching stuff I'm making stuff, and I don't have TV. I don't even have TV, so I only watch streaming stuff. So people say, have you seen this yet? And I'm like, what? And they're always like, what do you mean you haven't seen it? I'm like, nope, no, I've not even heard of it. Oh wow, what happened there? Whoops. Gosh darn it. That one needs to be a bit higher. Yeah, we're going to go in there and clean that up, I think. Okay, let's do this on the headphones. It was something like this. I don't think we're going to have room to do that little cool Amiga symbol that we put in. Let's try it. Well, kind of. Yeah, that works. That works. Won't let me post links, but it's Art Breeder. Oh, okay. Alright, I'll check that out. Let's not forget her eyebrows. .com. Artbreeder.com. Okay, looking good. Looking good. Let's do the bottom of the little joysticks. Oops. There we go. I started rewatching Harry Potter again. I really like Harry Potter. It's so cool. I just watched the first one again last night. Which I like the first one. A lot of people give it a bad rap, but I think it does a really good job of setting everything up, and it's fun. I think the later ones get a bit too serious, don't they? Shame it's not as simple as shrinking it down and making it big again, but it smooths the dots when you do. Yeah, I don't like... because, yeah, when you shrink it down, it ends up looking like that. It's just all bitty and crap. So I like to go over it and make sure that it looks good. There we go. Okay, I think I'm good with this. Alright, let's slap our colours back in. Oh, we didn't didn't do the eyes. What am I doing? I haven't done my eyes. Yeah. Also, when you draw something out big first, it gives you a good idea of, like, you know, the placement of the pixels. You know, to make it a bit easier. Although I think we're probably going to have to tweak this a fair bit to make it look right. Yeah, we'll probably do most of that with colours, actually, rather than relying on the dark lines. So like that. Whoa. Okay. Let's fix this. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, that's a bit too... Maybe that's a bit too far over, actually. I think it looks a bit weird now. Yeah, it was just a little bit too high, I think. I think it looks a bit nicer there. Yeah, again, we'll fix it with colours. Fix it with colours. The lines aren't everything. I mean, they are good, but we need to work on those a bit more. Okay, I'm just going to boost the opacity back up on my original artwork. And we'll use the colour sampler and we'll take the colours from there and we'll start going and filling these out. There we go. Don't forget the boobs. Oops. That's the other thing with pixel art. If there's like a 1 pixel gap, all your colour will escape. And orange colour. Start doing her hair. And her eyebrows. Eyebrows. Okay. Then let's get the armour done. Oh, I forgot to go around and do the circles on it. It's alright, we'll do it afterwards. It's not a big deal. Looking good, looking good. These were pink as well, weren't they? Okay, and the bodysuit. The colours remind me of the Rocket Knight game on the Mega Drive. Rocket Knight game? Let's have a look. Rocket Knight game. Rocket Knight Mega Drive. Rocket Knight Adventures? Is that it? Oh, that's cool. It's like a little dog character. Why haven't I heard of this? This is a Konami game. It looks awesome. Is it this one? This one you're talking about? This little dog dude. Yeah. Oh, nice. I've not played this. Wow, that looks really cool. I might have to track a copy of that down. Where was I? Oh yeah, let's do the headgear. I know this looks really rough at the moment, but we still got a lot of work to do to it before it looks proper. And let's get the seats done. Oh, we missed her belly. Forgot about that. What colour did we do the gloves in the end? It was blue, wasn't it? Cool. And then, oh yeah, I forgot to do a mouth. And that. Oops. Alright, let's get in here. Okay, so I think is that all our colours down? Have I forgotten anything? Oh, there is the chair behind that I haven't drawn in yet. Yeah, let's quickly put that in. So it's only a basic shape, really. Make it look like a chair behind her. Boom. There we go. And fill it in. Oops. Okay, so far, so good. So can we flip that round again? Okay, so we've got our basis there. Let's do the eyes first. Always do the eyes. And this is where like pixel art really comes alive, because you kind of have to make a lot of decisions on where to put your colors and each dot. Every kind of like every pixel that you place just like can change the image so much from this point. So it's really cool. I love this part. Right, so we went for green for the eyes, didn't we? That nice bright green. So let's get that kind of bright color in there. And we're just going to do a single row of pixels here. And just 2 there maybe. That looks a bit creepy, doesn't it? What the hell? Maybe she needs more green around here. Yeah, that looks a bit better. Then we'll need some blue for the. Can we? Wait, where's my brush tool? Where's me colours? That's what I wanted. Yeah, so I want like a dark. Maybe that's too dark. Yeah, it's too dark. Let's just go for. Here we go. Something like that. We can just put in here. Just kind of darken it down a bit. Just a touch. Not much. This needs a bit of white here. Okay, and maybe that should be green. That should come around here a bit more. There we go. See all these little tweaks and changes. Just really alters everything. You know, it's at this point you've got to kind of try and like hone in what works best with the pixels. You know. You just really go to town on like the detail, I guess. I mean, you don't have to go to town on the detail, but you know it helps. I think anyway. If you're going to be looking at this thing for a long time, then it helps to zoom in and zoom out. And I think we should probably put. Yeah, maybe leave it darker. Maybe we just need a darker green. And then just bridge the gap a bit. There we go. A bit of that around there. Soften up those a bit. All right. Whoops. Looking a bit better. You're gonna add purposely color banding, like shading. Yeah, we're gonna do some color banding. Well, not color banding because that's kind of that's kind of frowned upon in pixel art. Color banding, like heavy color banding. So I'm gonna try and avoid heavy color banding, but. We're going to do things like, I guess, you know, soften up the mouth. Maybe not like that though. Come on. Let's get the skin tone in. The shadows of the skin. Let's do that because there's going to be a lot of shadow over here because of that visor. The visor's sticking out quite far, you see. And we'll do a jawline. And up here. There. Soften that up a bit. Okay, and for a nose, maybe just the 1 pixel. Yeah, I think maybe just the 1 pixel will do it. Yeah, you can do like I guess dithering is one thing we can do to blend the colours in. Whoops, making a noise. But I am gonna feel like this mouth needs to get sorted out somehow. Does she look weird with teeth? I think that looks alright. Yeah, it looks quite nice. And then maybe a bit on her tongue that's brighter. Maybe too bright. Yeah, we'll just go like a couple of steps higher. Yeah, there we go. That's better. So I don't know how well this is coming across on the stream, but it's looking nice from my end anyway. I think this line needs to come around here a bit more. Get her hair in a bit more. Maybe give her a little point there. There we go. It's looking a bit better. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. Oh, we want to add some highlights on there at some point as well, so we'll leave that until the end. Okay, let's carry on doing the skin. Get that all done. Give it a cheeky save. Extra time, we'll have to go into the chest. Okay, roger that. Yeah, we'll just put like too much effort and time into the boobs, and nothing else will look as good. Quiet on the green. This is a delicate operation. It's fascinating to see how this is done. Oh, that's cool. I'm glad you're enjoying it. It's obviously, I wouldn't say I'm a pro and I don't do everything right, but I think it's a little bit too orangey. I think I messed up my rule of not adding enough red in. So let's just. This is the great thing about pixel art as well, because I can just add a bit of red in, and then I can go around and just kind of, like, you know. Just redo it basically. There's also a tool here that lets you pick a certain color, and then you can paint over that entire color and replace it with a new color, which is really handy. Handy for like doing things like if I wanted to change the color of the line art, for example, I could just do that very easily without having to go around painstakingly. So there are some, like, you know, tips and tricks and tools within this software that allow you to work with pixel art much better. So it's handy knowing those. I'm just going to make this a bit more blend in maybe. Man, you're doing it. That's enough. Cool, man. So the right one looks a bit less rounded, left from her perspective. You mean this one? I could, yeah, I suppose it kind of like the line is making it look a bit weird, isn't it? Let's see if we can make it more rounded. I think it's this bit here. That looks a bit better, doesn't it? And maybe this line could do with some tweaking as well. Maybe we'll just add like a little accent here. No, maybe like that, and then let the boobs do the talking, you know. That looks a bit better, doesn't it? Looks a bit neater, a bit more tidy. Yes, yes, yes. Our creation is coming to life. And get a bit dark around here. Lovely. Lovely jubbly. Okay, yeah, that looks a bit more popping. Just watching you do this makes me feel accomplished. So what, you gonna go away and do some pixel art? You're gonna make some cool pixel art characters? I think that's a bit too dark there, actually. Let's blend this in a bit more. Let's get our colors up, and we'll go this way. No. You're not going to make any characters. Oh, that's a shame. I was looking forward to yours. You said you used to be good at art, didn't you? I mean, like, pixel art's just stick men with shading. Oh, that's a bit too much there, I think. Rein this back a bit. There we go. Yeah, looking good so far. Looking good. Okay, let's give her a flip. I can already see an area there. Could do with a could thicken up her eyeliner, couldn't we? And we did give her eyelashes in the main artwork, so we should try and replicate that here as best we can. It's difficult in pixel art, it really is, to bring across all those details. It's not easy. It's not easy. Yeah, this side of her face needs fixing now, so let's bring that brightness up. Add in some blue. Blue. Yeah, I think just a little bit thicker, maybe. Whoops. Something like that. Looks a bit better. And then maybe not as harsh here. Maybe make this a bit. Yeah. Yeah, that looks a bit better. No, she blends in too much with the hair now. There we we go. We'll keep working around. We should work around the rest of the picture instead of focusing on one area, because we'll get the balance wrong otherwise. So let's do this. Get the hair kind of on the go. So I want it dark under here. Yeah, looking good, looking good. It's amazing how a quick shadow can make something just look so much nicer. And we'll kind of make the hair dark from there, maybe. Yep. We'll put some of the yellow back in. Just across some of them. There we go. Redheads are hot until they are angry. I know, right? She's definitely going to be angry at some point. Like when she gets shot. It's not going to be fun for her. Or you, if you've currently got a high score going and you get shot. Sorry, my phone's just gone off. Ah. My mate at work just messaged me saying I left my cheese there. See, this year we all got, you know, like advent calendars where you count down the days to Christmas. Well, we all got cheese calendars, so you get a different type of cheese every day, which is very cool. I mean, like, you know, who doesn't love a bit of cheese? But I left a piece of cheese at work. Whoops. I guess Will can have that. Okay. Get a darker line around here. Nice. Oh, that's a good idea if you love cheese. Absolutely. It's a great idea. Because, like, you know, like when you're a kid, you open up your advent calendar in the morning and you have a chocolate and all that kind of stuff. But now as an adult, you can open your advent calendar in the evening and have a piece of cheese with a glass of wine or port. It's lovely. It's a different way of doing it, but it's great. Not if it's left too long. Oh, well, you got to keep the advent calendar in the fridge. You can't leave it on the side. Yeah, that'd be pretty rank. You want mice? Because that's how you get mice. Yeah, don't leave your cheese calendar out for too long. Top tip for this year. Anyone doing anything for New Year's Eve? Got any crazy plans? Going to parties or whatever? I'm not. I'm gonna go and just chill and watch the new year come in really, really relaxingly. Relaxingly? Is that a word? I don't know. It is now. The shading makes the world of difference. Oh, it really does. It really does. Really starts to pull it all together. We've only put a bit on. We're not done yet. I think our mouth could be a bit better as well. It's crazy how much difference it makes when you just like change a pixel here and there. I mean, this is going to be quite fairly small on the screen, I guess. I don't like this highlight on her face. Maybe if I do some darker shading around her hair, maybe that would make it a bit better. Oh, I don't know actually. Well, let's see what it looks like. We can always undo it. I don't like it. I think maybe we just need to get rid of that white highlight. Maybe it's a case of like the white highlight looked okay when we were doing the full art, but on here it doesn't look that good. Is she going to be in a spaceship like the green bug one in Red Dwarf? And that's what was that called? Starbug. No, she's going to be in. Well, we haven't designed the ship yet, so that's yet to come. We haven't designed that yet, but it should be something big, colourful, and silly, I think. I don't know. Whatever we do, it's going to be chunky and fun, like me. Okay, let's go. Let's start working on the headgear. I think the Red Dragon one in Final Fantasy VIII is super cool. Red Dragon the ship. Yes, cheese calendars and a quiet night in sounds perfect. I overdid it last year, so an old boys' night in might have to be the way. Yeah, I mean, we've all overdone it. We've all overdone it, haven't we? Red Dragon ship. I think I do remember this, I think. No. Red Dragon ship. Oh yeah, that thing's amazing. Is it called Ragnarok? There it is. That's mad. I don't remember it. Why don't I remember it? Final Fantasy VIII is like my favourite one. Why can't I remember this ship? It's been a long time since I played it, to be fair. That looks really cool. Maybe it's too cool for our game, though. I'd never have remembered the name. Yeah, Ragnarok. Cool movie as well. Good old Ragnarok. Okay, so let's put the shadow here. And just around the base, I think it's all about that base. Yeah, we'll just do it around here on this half of the earphone. And up here on our little antenna thing. Looking nice. Looking nice. Okay, cheeky save. Alright, let's sort out our little eye things here. So I kind of rushed these. There we go. Maybe just move this one over a touch. Yeah, okay. Maybe a touch more. Let's just shift the whole thing. Put it about there. I want to see that new Taika. What was it called? Jojo Rabbit? Is that it? It's the one that likes kind of set in the war and stuff. It looks amazing. I also want to see that movie, if that is indeed the one you're talking about. Yes, Jojo Rabbit. Yeah, didn't it? Hasn't it already been out in the cinema? Did I miss it in the cinema? I've missed so much stuff at the cinema lately. Really gutted. Let's do that. Have you seen Hunt for the Wilder People? No. No, I haven't. You'll be quite shocked at the amount of stuff I've missed this year. I've missed so much stuff. What is Hunt for the Wilder People? Who's in that? Any famous faces? Just got our eye thingies. Okay, right, let's focus on this armor a bit more. Let's get some shading done on that. Let's bring it towards the purple as well. There we go. Yeah, that looks good. That looks good. It's good. It's good. We'll do this side of the collar thing. That color. Alien from Jurassic Park is in. It's another. What? Alien from Jurassic Park. It's another Taika film. Very funny. I've not heard of that one either. Jiminy Christmas. There's so many films I need to see. Okay. It's getting there, isn't it? It's getting there. It's starting to shape up. Starting to look nice. Oh, Alan from Jurassic Park, isn't it? Oh, right. Yeah, sorry. That's Sam Neill. Yeah, Sam Neill. Great actor. Really like Sam Neill. Loved him in Event Horizon. Have you seen that? That's a great movie. It's one of my favourite sci-fi horrors, that. Okay, let's... I didn't put the circles on her shoulder, so let's do that. I think we could probably get away with using the ellipse tool, maybe. Yeah, that saves us a bit of time. It's so underrated. Can you remember the name of that movie? Not seen it. I know it's done by a guy who didn't. Oh, the Resident Evil films. Oh, who did those? I can't remember his name. God, I quite like the Resident Evil films as well. Guilty pleasures. The last one was terrible though. It really sucked. Paul Anderson. There you go. Yeah, I like Paul Anderson. He does. He does some good movies. Oops. Should we have these? No, I think they look good like that. Not too deep. Not too deep. Clear definition there. That's looking better. Maybe we should do the same thing with the collar, perhaps. And there we go. Let's get that there. Yeah, let's just delete the whole thing, and we'll do a proper circle there. Well, a square. Yeah. Whoops. Whoops-a-me-doodle. What's your favourite Marvel film then? Or do we not like Marvel? I love Marvel movies, by the way. So don't talk smack about my Marvel. My favourite's got to be Thor. Ragnarok. Love that one. Bloody pixel art circles. I know, right? I heard they're rebooting Resident Evil film. Yes, I heard that too. I don't know who's doing it. I don't think it's not Paul Anderson again. Let's flip it around again. But yeah, they are rebooting it. I'm not sure if they're silly for doing that or geniuses, but whatevs. What do I know? Let's go there. Whoops. Went a bit mad there. A bit mad there, Ted. Start with that. There we go. Ragnarok doesn't count. It's in a league of its own. That's very true. It's quite an interesting movie. Like, it does stand out from the rest of them quite dramatically as being something very different. But I like that about it. It's very cool. ENZ says, wow! How's it going, man? Just joining us and making the character portrait for our game. Yeah. Need to do some more work on her belly. We haven't done much work on her belly yet. Yeah, let's get a better belly button in there. Something with a bit more definition. Here we go. Looks a bit better. Now we got that shadow in there. Okay. We haven't done any highlights on this yet, so let's do some. Maybe we'll make it look a bit shiny, maybe. Perhaps. Or does that look a bit weird if it's a bit shiny? Maybe it needs to be shinier here. Let's make it look a bit more metallic-y. Yeah, that looks nice. Just that nice little highlighted edge there. And do some more up here. Lovely stuff. Lovely. Let's make this part of it dark. I'll make that stand out a bit more. Just bring that line out. Make it a bit more rounded. Lovely. Perhaps bring that down. Bring that up. Yeah, it looks a bit better, I think. Yeah, I could tweak it for hours. Okay. Let's put a bit of light back up here. And get that popping again. So it's kind of lost with the block colour. Guardians 1 was my favourite, but I think it was because I'd never heard of any of them, and then afterwards I couldn't get enough. Yeah, similar experience. I'd not really heard of Guardians of the Galaxy, and then all of a sudden, pow, there's a talking raccoon, and I couldn't get enough of that, and I was like, yeah, I bought all the comic books, and now I'm just a massive Guardians geek. Love it. Great choice of character as well, like Chris Pratt. Man, he played that so well. No, I think it's too much. Too much. Too much. I wasn't keen on the second one. A lot of people said that. I think the only thing that didn't do it as much for me on the second one was the soundtrack didn't feel as strong, you know? Felt it could be a bit. It was a bit weak in comparison to the first one. But I still liked it. I mean, Kurt Russell as Star-Lord's dad, that is just freaking brilliant. Can James Gunn save Suicide Squad? That's a... I don't know. That's a big one, isn't it? Suicide Squad. I didn't really like the first one. I mean, it was alright in places, but the editing... God, the editing was ghastly. Whoever did that did an absolute botch job. Felt like a 90-minute music video with half of it missing. Awful. Awful. Especially like when they said like they had so many like reshoots and stuff done. I mean, that's just bad in itself, isn't it? We're going to have all these reshoots and the film's still going to be bad. You didn't like Suicide Squad either, did you? No. No. So, I don't know, maybe James Gunn can save it. Maybe it's just doomed. Speaking of Doom, has anyone seen Doom Annihilation? Ooh. Talk about bad movies. That one's an absolute doozy. Yes, amazing. You liked it? Really? Come on. Come on, don't joke with me now. Okay, you must agree that the zombie scenes in it were pretty good. I'll give it that. It was pretty good. But you could tell that they used all of the budget for the entire movie in that last scene, didn't they? You know, that last bit, you know the bit I'm talking about. Like where suddenly everything looked amazing. And it was like the last 20 minutes. Oh my god, the last 20 minutes of this movie looks amazing, but the rest of it was just like, what did they do? But yes, it did definitely have that low budget beauty. It was, I say I didn't like it, but I did like it. But for the, you know, it's so bad it's good kind of vibe. And for that, I can get on board, you know. Margot Robbie, hot as fuck. Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. What does everyone think about, what is it, the film with Harley Quinn in it? The, what's it called? Oh, bloody hell. The trailer came out not so long ago. What was it called? Yeah, somebody put me out my misery in the chat. I can't remember what it's called. The one where it's literally just about Harley Quinn and her girls. There's lots of other girls in it. Oh, what's it called? Goodness me. Birds of Prey. Thank you, Max. Oh, that was eating away at my soul. That was Birds of Prey. Yeah, what does everyone think of that? I'm not really sure on the trailer. I don't know about it. I'm a bit torn. I think a bit torn with that one. Not sure either. No. Yeah, it's going to be one of those ones that I don't think anyone's going to be sure until we go see it. And then it's be like, oh, what is this mess? Or, wow, that was the best movie ever. As is so much the case these days when you go and watch a film at the cinema. It's like, is it going to be good, or am I going to walk out of here wanting my money back and my time? Okay, let's get some highlights on this here. Some strong yellow highlights, I think. Yeah. Don't get me started on The Last Jedi. Do we dare bring up Star Wars? Do we? I don't know if we should. I think there's a lot to fix with The Last Jedi. I think the problem I had with that movie is not so much like the bad decisions. about Luke mainly. But it was the fact that they seemed to tie up every possible story arc in that movie. And has it left any room for the last movie? What are they going to do? You know, where's it going to go? Because they kind of just ended all of the stories, like, instantly, you know? You know what I mean? So I thought that was a bit, you know, rubbish. But, I don't know, maybe they'll do it, maybe they'll do it justice. I like Star Wars games, but not into any of the films. What's your favourite Star Wars game? The Mandalorian and Fallen Order have given me a new hope for Star Wars future. Yeah, The Mandalorian's badass. Love that. Heard Rise of the Skywalker isn't good. Not sure though. Yeah, I've seen some critic kind of like reports of like, you know, people walking out of the movie and all this kind of shit. But it's like, really, like just go and judge it for yourselves. I mean, that's the best way, really. I mean, it's the same with games, isn't it? Like, I mean, I know I probably shouldn't say too much about this because I do review games on this channel, but everyone's got an opinion, and you know, sometimes other people's opinions suck. Am I a game designer? Not really. Well, yeah, I guess. No, I'm a solo developer, so yeah. I do design the games as well as making all the art for them. You can play one of my games right now, you know. It's free on itch.io. It's called Hallowed Candy. I'll put that in the comments so you can Google it. There you go. Google that. That's one of my games. My first game, in fact. Really enjoyed making that. And that one took me about 8 months to make, I think. That was including learning to code. How many games have I made? Just the one. Only the one's been released. But I've been working on many others. There is another game that's been released with my artwork in it. That was Guns of Midnight. That's on Steam. And I've done some artwork for a game called Another Space Opera. I've been working on that on and off. But as far as games I've made myself, I've only made one that's been released. The rest are kind of like in progress. Works in progress. Dabbling in different areas. That looks a bit nicer. Just trying to make that hair just pop a bit more. Looking good. You giving yourself too many projects at once? No. Me? No. I don't do that. Yes. You want to make games too, but you don't know how. Well, there's plenty of tutorials. I learned... Actually, I'll tell you what. If you Google this guy... Sean Spalding. Okay, if you look for this guy, Sean Spalding, he has a tutorial like series on YouTube that will give you every bit of knowledge that you'll need to make a game with Game Maker Studio, which is what I use. And he goes through code, he teaches you how to make characters move, all that stuff. I learned a lot from his tutorials. I learned a lot from having friends that do this as well. Like I met a few people online that they also make games, and through doing work for them with art, they kind of help me here and there, like with little bits and pieces, helping me code my games and stuff when I get stuck, because I do get stuck quite a lot, and most of game coding is about Googling everything. You want to make a JRPG? Well, luckily for you, you can go and get RPG Maker. Go and get RPG Maker. That comes complete with all the tools you'll need to make your very own JRPG, and you won't have to do any coding. So You might have seen a few of them, like, online. Quite a lot of games are made with JRPG, RPG Maker. Yeah, so you can you could use that. I don't think it's too taxing to use. It's not like, you know, coding something from scratch. Which even Game Maker isn't really coding anything from scratch. I mean, a lot of the stuff's done for you, but you still have to know a bit more than to work with Game Maker. But yeah, RPG Maker, go download it, give it a go. RPG Maker is pretty cool. A lot of people use mods to make them look way better, which is intimidating. Yeah, I mean, the standard RPG Maker, kind of how it looks, you can kind of see it from a mile off, but you can still make some pretty impressive things with the standard tools. And with those kind of games, it's more about the story than anything else. You know, so if you've got a great story burning in your brain, you just want to get it out there, then, you know, RPG Maker can help you do that pretty quickly. I mean, I've never used it myself, so I can't really comment that much on it, but I've seen other people use it, and they've done some pretty cool things with it. Man, it is so cold here today, because I'm not normally off work, but it's because I am. The heating isn't on because it thinks I'm at work, so I might have to put a jumper on. Jeez Louise, it's getting cold. I mean, it's getting close to, what time is it? 3 o'clock? Blooming heck, how long have I been sat here? 2.5 hours, and I haven't had any lunch. My word, not even a drink. Oh, I'm getting pretty thirsty now. Might have to do a bit more on this and then call it a day. So I can go and get some much needed food and drink, because I'm very hungry right now. She looks cute. Pixel art is helping you diet. Yes. Yeah, it is. Like, oh, I forgot to eat. Damn it. Yeah, I just added in some hair there. I think it looks a bit better with an extra bit of hair. Let's just flip around again. Save. I think I need to define this line a bit more under here. I think the top of the collar got lost and all of that. Let's put a shadow under there. Does that look weird now? Looks a bit weird now. There we go. Am I Irish? No. No, I'm not. Born and bred into Midlands. Yeah, I'm from Birmingham. So a lot of people say I have neither a Birmingham accent. I guess my accent's kind of a mixture between Birmingham and Worcestershire. There's a strong Worcestershire accent that you can kind of get. But many people just say it's a Redditchian accent. It's just, you know, just in between. Let's just make that a bit darker around there. Here we go. I think her face is a little bit flat here as well, so let's just pop that there. Sharon! Sharon! Yeah, good old Aussie. You heard any of his new music? I quite like his new tracks. A lot of people don't, but quite like his new one. Is it Under the Graveyard? It's a pretty cool track. You haven't? Yeah, check it out, man. He's still got it, in my opinion. Like, what is he now? Like 70 something? 79 maybe? He's quite old, isn't he? But he's still rocking. Still churning them out. So just trying to sort out these boobs. Sort out these boobs. I think I need to get a bit of a darker blue around the edge of that costume. Perhaps. Like just around here, around the edge. So it's kind of like the shadow of the... And then we'll put like a fleshy shadow underneath. Yeah. Maybe just knock that back a bit. And then just put this underneath. Yeah. That looks a bit neater. A bit neater. You heard of the new Xbox? Boy, have I. Doesn't it look... Well... It looks... the box within a box, yeah. I mean, it basically just looks like a tower PC nowadays, doesn't it? I think the thing that frustrates me about Xbox, especially with where they're going at the moment, is they seem to be saying, oh, it's the most powerful console ever, and it's 10 times more powerful than this, and all that jazz, and 4K, and all these frame rates, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. Cool, it's really powerful, I get it. What games are on it, though? What games are utilising all that precious power? Because so far, I've not seen anything that's, like, blown my socks off. And if they're telling me that I can play all of the games that are coming out on my original hardware anyway, and this new box is just going to give me slightly shinier puddles and trees that are crisper in the distance, then I really don't care that much, you know. I'd rather have, like, I'd rather than say, like, this game's coming out on it and you can't play it on anything else. You have to play it on this console. That's the kind of stuff I'm interested in. You know, I want to know what's their juicy killer app. I mean, the trailer showed Master Chief, so maybe there's a new Halo coming out for it. But not really an Xbox type of guy, but I really want to see more details about PS5. Yeah, for sure. Just make the new Halo split screen. Amen to that. I was able to avoid Xbox One for ages by playing its games on PC. Yeah. I mean, yeah, a lot of them just came out on the PC, didn't they? And it's like, well, what's the point in having the console anymore? I mean, it's getting to that stage now, isn't it? What is the point? Sad times we live in. Really sad times. I'm starting to think that should be this lighter colour, maybe. And we should put a brighter blue around the bottom, maybe? No. Maybe a white. Maybe just... Yeah, maybe that'll work. So it's kind of like a really shiny suit. I mean, I've not bothered with the Xbox One X because I honestly didn't see the point, especially when they were announcing the new Xbox right around the corner. I was like, what's the point of me getting this when I can just get the new Xbox? PlayStation have smashed it in terms of IPs. Yeah, for sure. I kind of agree with that. Yeah, there's great games on Xbox, but it just seems that PlayStation have been focusing more on what games you can play rather than look how powerful our console is. It's like, it's all good to have power, but you've got to do something with it. You got to have something that you can't get anywhere else. You know, that's the whole draw of owning a console, isn't it? It's like, this one's got 16-bit. Xbox fanboy back in the day. So ashamed. Xbox is still good. I think it's better now, especially since Phil Spencer took over. He kind of just brought it all back up, you know? Just made it good again. And I feel like they finally got to an area just where the 360 left off. That's where they've now finally got to, and they're moving on. I've got to admit, though, the new X series worries me. That naming, X series, like, it just kind of makes it sound like they're going to release them as often as iPhones nowadays. I'm not interested in that. I'm glad they made the decision to keep the disc drive, though. I like that Sony focus on story in their games. Yep, no, that's good. Do love a good story game. Poor guy was just trying his best. I feel it's got to be modular like a PC. Yeah. Looks more like a rectangle. Yeah, it is. It is just a glorified rectangle. But it's the most powerful rectangle on the market. I'll have you know. Phenomenal cosmic power. Itty bitty gaming case. Okay. This is starting to shape up real nice. I think it's going to look really nice in the game. And even more so when she's moving about. It's going to look really cool. But I'm going to give it another few minutes, and then I've got to get something to eat. I'm starving. Right, we're going to make these highlights around here. Just want to make it look like they're raised up a bit more. In the 360 days, I loved the indie games they used to publish. Yeah, the Xbox Live Arcade. That was great, that was. And they used to like have like a marketplace just for the indie stuff, didn't they? That was always so cool. I love seeing, like, you know, new games coming out that are made by really small studios. You know, it's just something it seems like the indie... I mean, let's face it, back in the day, like in PlayStation times and all that kind of stuff, a lot of the game developers were just like, they're just passionate indies with money being given to them. And nowadays, it feels like it's gone so corporate that we've lost that kind of indie development, you know, and that passion and stuff. And it feels that the indie sector nowadays is bringing that back. I think it's so important to get gaming back, like, to that passionate stage, you know. I like you, man. No homo. I like you too, bro. Have I left some pixels there? I have. There we go. Man, this got complicated real quick, didn't it? Cool. I guess we'll just do some highlights on the skin. And the belly, maybe. I know I said I'd go and get food, but I'm just like, keep seeing things that I want to do to this. Let's make a shine. A little shine. Make some shines. I mean, like, people like you who have that passion. Yeah, man. Yeah, man, we got that passion. Sitting here drawing titties when I should be at work. No, it's cool. I do love making this stuff. It's great. It is great. I don't want to go too far on the shine on her. It'll just look a bit weird. There we go. Oh, maybe we should add those. I'll do it on a separate layer so we don't cock it up. But you know those cute little like. Oh. You'll know what I mean when I do it. These little like. You know, these little circles, like blush circles, maybe. Or is that too far? Is that too much? Or what if we set them to add? Ooh, no, 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 no. Multiply? No, 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 no. Oh, well, we could just drop the opacity on them. There we go. It's cute. You're wise to make them a separate layer. Yeah. Well, we could have them as an animated like element later as well. I think it looks kind of cool. I don't know. We'll leave them on for now. They might grow on us. Okay. Not much further. Not much further. Get some highlights on the skin down here. I'm just going to make a real bright part here. And maybe on the top of the knee. On the top of the knee. There we go. It's looking neat. Is the leg going in the chair? It's kind of going back behind the chair, I guess. I don't know. I might just cut that out. Or maybe just... I kind of wanted it to go kind of like backwards, like she's sat on a bench. But maybe if I extend the chair out, it'll look more like that. You know, like it's going behind. Does that look better? I think that looks better, doesn't it? Yeah, maybe I didn't make the chair like long enough. It's kind of like a bench, like it goes in between her legs, maybe. You know? I don't know. Sup, dude? Sup, Alucard? How's it going, man? You all good? How are you on this fine Monday? Do some little details on the chair in the background, I guess. There we go. Looking good, looking good. Maybe just a bit more details like down here, maybe. It's getting there, isn't it? It's getting there. It's getting there slowly but surely. We're getting there. Oops. You know what? I'm gonna get rid of the. Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of those. Doing great. How you been? How's your famous dog? Yeah, little bastard snuck out on television. Yeah, he's doing good. He's doing good. He's at work at the moment. Can you believe that? Even the dog's at work, and I'm not. It's great. Christmas holiday. Whoop whoop. Gotta love it.
This is technically work, surely.
Yeah, I suppose. I mean, eventually I am going to put this game out as a product that you can buy for 50 pence, I might add. 50p. That's cheaper than a can of Coke. All this work, cheaper than a can of Coke. Can you believe that? And people still get upset that you're charging too much for your games. But you do it for the love of it, not the money. Well, at least I do anyway, because I know I'm never going to get anywhere making money off games. So I'm pretty sure people will be happy to part with 50 pence. You know, it's not much, is it? If you really want to play the game, 50p, boom. Even if you don't like it, it's like, well, not lost much, have you? I don't know when it's coming out, though. I've got a long way to go. I'll buy it for sure. Sweet. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Did you play my last one? You played my last game? That one's free. I go on about it all the time, so I'm pretty sure most people have heard about it. I've only seen 2 people get the... You don't remember, but when I googled it, it looks familiar. Exploiting your pet as well. Yeah, man. Always exploiting the pets. I mean, he's cute. He's a looker, you know? He's way better looking than me. So you gotta use it, man. You gotta use the dog. He gets views. But they should be back soon-ish. I don't know. Okay, I think I'm going to leave it there for now. I'm going to have to come back to this. So a quick... Let's go for a quick recap on what we've done today. So we can go through everything. This is the original artwork that I drew. So this was our kind of sketch. I mean, okay, let's start from the very beginning. So these are like kind of like early designs of what the pilot might look like, or the angle or whatever. Wasn't really keen on this one. Then these were kind of like more detailed ones, and this was the one like where I first kind of got the idea for a sat in a chair, you know. And I was like, should we make a more kind of like realistic looking, or well, not realistic, but more, I don't know. But then I thought, no, we'll go for like the cutesy kind of look, and we came up with this. And this is kind of like that cute kind of Mega Man Tron Bond style. And then we've translated that into pixel art, which will then go in the game. And the game so far is it doesn't have any artwork in it at all, and it currently looks like this. Complete rubbish. So a quick recap: you control your movement and with the left hand, and you have to kind of kill as many enemies as possible. And I'm dying loads. I'm gonna change the difficulty of this because you get a range and a rapid fire boost after you kill 10 enemies in a row, and then you can use the mouse to click on these like purple things that come out. I don't really know what they're called yet. And occasionally an enemy will drop a power up like a shield or a bomb, and you can like take them out. Here we go. We got the range increase. Don't die. There we go, we click these. So when you're playing on a phone, you'll tap the screen to pick up the purple things. You won't use the mouse, obviously. Whoop. Almost. Whoa. Ugh. Maybe I should leave it this hard. I mean, it's pretty difficult. Ugh. Ah! Crashed into me. That's it. Oh no. Got an extra life. I don't think I'm going to beat that score. What score was that? 7,100. Oh, I'm dead. Okay, well that's game over. So there you go. But once it's got sounds and animations, and this chick's sat in the corner like giving you a wink every now and again, I think it's going to be quite fun. I think it's going to be a mobile game. It is going to be a mobile game. Yes. You suck at your own game. I know, right? I do suck. Okay, I'm going to go and get some food, and thank you very much for tuning in and checking out the work I'm doing. I'm going to be doing this kind of sporadically all week. When I do some more work on it, I'll hop back on, and we can have some more chats about games and the industry and all that jazz. But until next time, please browse the channel, have a look around. There's plenty of content on there, lots of cool stuff. I highly recommend our Halloween special if you haven't watched it already. I know it's not Halloween, but hey, watch it anyway. That's all from me. I'll see you in the next one, guys. Bye-bye.